What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok. Wait, social media platforms, yeah, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau. Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow. I had to think about what the fuck I had to tell y'all. Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow. And of course, TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Go follow me on all those social media platforms. I've been getting some crazy attraction on TikTok, so thank you for anybody who's been watching TikTok. Appreciate you. But yeah, yeah. Um, but really, where you go is the YouTube channel, man. Brand Your New Show YouTube channel. Brand Your New Show. Go subscribe, comment. I do comment back. Help with the algorithms if you comment, you view. So definitely, man. I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get into it, man. So tonight is Wrestling Life. Now, this weekend, I will be doing 3 episodes, Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania 41 Night 1, WrestleMania 42. I will be doing 3 episodes this weekend because it's WrestleMania weekend, baby. You know you got to work. Especially if you're doing wrestling and you do a wrestling podcast. You got to work. This is going to be fun because this list is my top 10. My top 10 WrestleMania performers. Now, not performances, performers. Get that out the way. Because I know a lot of people gonna be like, wait a minute, what about this? What about performers? Performers and performances. Two different things. Performances is way more, you know, consistent. Who's had better matches consistently through WrestleMania? Who's a WrestleMania performer? I should have named it, who's truly Mr. WrestleMania and Mrs. WrestleMania. I should have named it that. That would have been way fucking easier to say doing all of this shit. Uh, um, but yeah, so that is the top 10 list for tonight. It is to see who is the top, who's the greatest performer at WrestleMania. Um, Greatest performer in WrestleMania. So let's get into it, man. You already know I do my top 10 list. If you don't, this is how I do it. I go from 10 to 1. I talk about every match, every situation, everything. And I go to 10 and 1. I tell you why I rank them this way, why they're on the list at this, why do I have them there. So that is why. Let's get into it. Now, again, you don't like the list? You can make your own fucking list. I'm not telling you not to make your own list. Make your own fucking list. Don't get mad at me. Make your own list. So let's get into it. My top 10 WrestleMania performers of all time. Let's get into it. Number 10, you think you know him. He is the rated R superstar, Edge. Now, before he was Adam Copeland in AEW, he was the rated R superstar Edge. And boy, oh boy, did he have some WrestleMania fucking bangers. Boy, let me tell you. WrestleMania 16, I think, was his first WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken. He might have participated in WrestleMania 15. But WrestleMania 16, I think, was the first time he participated. And in that WrestleMania, he participated with Christian. And it was Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudley Boys, not in a TLC match, but in a triangle ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships at the time. Great fucking match. Incredible fucking match. Which created the TLC match. Of course, they had the first one at SummerSlam, and then the second one was at WrestleMania 17, and everybody knows what happened at WrestleMania 17. And if you don't, you've been living on the fucking rock for 24 fucking years. 24 fucking years. Edge spearing Jeff Hardy out the sky. One of the craziest moments at WrestleMania history. Still talked about to this day as a WrestleMania moment. It's still one of those. Edge would go on to win, of course, Him and Christian will go on to continuously be tag team champions at the time. I think the Dudleys were tag team champions at that time. They won the belts back. Um, WrestleMania 18, I don't think he was on it. I don't think he was on WrestleMania 18. I might have been wrong. No, I think he had a broken neck at the time. WrestleMania 18 he had a broken neck. I think WrestleMania 19 also he was still dealing with the neck. Um, WrestleMania 20, yeah. WrestleMania 20, damn, was he even on WrestleMania 20? I don't even think he was on WrestleMania 20. He was gone for a good period of time. I knew that he was gone for a good period of time. Yeah, I don't even think he was on WrestleMania 20. If I now I'm thinking about it, I know Christian was, I know Chris Jericho was, but I don't think Edge was. That's fucking crazy. That's nuts. So he missed three WrestleManias back. Triple. He missed three consecutive WrestleManias. That's fucking crazy. But he did have a like he had a really bad neck injury at that time. So I can definitely see how he probably missed all three WrestleManias. I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he did miss all three WrestleManias. He might have had a match at WrestleMania 18. I'm not too fucking sure. But I remember him being, yes, I think he was sidelined for like three WrestleManias consecutively. I might be wrong. You might have to check me on that. But yeah. But WrestleMania 21, we do remember this one because he won the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. So WrestleMania 21, which was a great Money in the Bank ladder match, he won that shit. WrestleMania 22 is when I think he became the guy. WrestleMania 22 is when he became the motherfucking guy. He would win one of the best fucking matches. One of the best fucking matches on that whole fucking card at WrestleMania 22. Let's be real. That was one of the best fucking matches on WrestleMania 22. Him and Mick Foley in a street fight. That shit, it was a hardcore match. Some shit like that. That is still one of the best fucking matches in WrestleMania history. I was watching that shit on YouTube just recently. They had it on YouTube. Went back and watched that shit. I was like, yo, I don't know how the fuck they walked out that bitch that night. I have no idea. That match was fucking good. Holy shit, that shit was good. WrestleMania 23, was he in the Money in the Bank ladder match? I know he was in 20. Yeah, 23 he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He was. 23 was in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He lost, of course, to Mr. Kennedy, and he got the damn briefcase anyway. And that ladder match was crazy. Jeff Hardy jumped off a fucking ladder onto that dude. I was like, God damn. WrestleMania 24. WrestleMania 24, he beat no, he didn't beat. He lost to the Undertaker. Yeah. WrestleMania 24, he lost to the Undertaker. WrestleMania 25, he fought John Cena in the Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship. He lost that belt to him, to John Cena. 26, he fought Chris Jericho, won the Royal Rumble, and then fought Chris Jericho. 27, he fought Alberto Del Rio, which was at that time his last WrestleMania he had ever wrestled in. That's what we thought at that time. That was his last WrestleMania he would ever wrestle in. WrestleMania 36, he came back. He came back. And he wrestled somebody he knew very well, and that is Randy Orton. In the last man standing match. Now, a lot of people would sit there and say the pandemic was a bad WrestleMania, and I get it. Pandemic WrestleManias were kind of weird. It was very fucking weird. Let's be real. It's very fucking weird. But I think people act like that match wasn't good for some apparent reason. That shit was actually really fucking good. It was actually a really good last man standing match. They actually used the Performance Center the entire fucking match. That was what it was supposed to be used for. If you're gonna do something like this, use every fucking thing. I thought that was a really great fucking match. Now some people can sit there and say, "Oh, it dragged too long," or "It was this," and fuck out of here, man. That was a really good fucking match. WrestleMania 37, he won the Royal Rumble again, and this time he fought Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Tribal Chief, first big WrestleMania victory. Hell yeah. WrestleMania 38, he fought AJ Styles. I thought this match would be better than what it was, but it is what it is. It also created the Judgment Day at the time because Damian Priest debuted as one of Edge's disciples. I don't know what the fuck he was calling those people at the time. I don't know. 39, he fought Finn Balor, which is because of the Judgment Day. That was the list. When I say that all those matches, Edge should definitely be on this list. He had some of the greatest performances at WrestleMania. I know a lot of people probably won't give him his credit. You tribalists, man, he in AEW. Why would you give him the credit? Why would you? Hey man, Edge is one of the greatest WWE superstars to ever fucking do it. Now, what he doing in AEW? That's a whole nother fucking person. I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. Don't clap that. Do not clip him. Do not put him in the same sphere as motherfucking Edge. That Edge. No, 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 no. I'm not even dignifying that with the same person. That ain't. He a whole different person. He a whole different other person. Like he is literally. It's literally in his name, Adam Copeland. Cope. He is not Edge. That is not Edge. He may look like him. He may have the tattoos and all that. That's not Edge. Now Edge. Edge is on this list because he's one of the greatest performers in WWE history, particularly WrestleMania history. And anybody that sits there and act like he's not, you fucking lying to yourself. Get out your feelings. And number 9, speaking of somebody that's just fucking great at WrestleManias, I hope the show isn't over. And that is the KO show. Kevin Owens, come on, fucking now. His first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 32. And it was in a fucking ladder match with like Stardust, Cody Rhodes, Zack Ryder, The Miz. Who else was in it? Sami Zayn. I know Sami was in that. I want to say Wade Barrett. Uh, it was a bunch of fucking people. They just threw people in a fucking ladder match, like, which was, by the way, one of the best matches on WrestleMania 32. By the way, so you got lucky with that one. Um, but that was his first WrestleMania appearance. Great fucking match. Of course, lost his title because he was the Intercontinental Champion at the time. He lost his title. But WrestleMania 33, he fought Chris Jericho. Now, this is where it gets a little muggy, a little murky for me. I know people that would sit there and say that Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are just a bigger fucking match, Brandon. They're a bigger match. Come on, you gotta give Brock Lesnar and Goldberg that spotlight. I might be in the minority with this shit. I might be on the only person on this hill. Goldberg and fucking Brock Lesnar should not have been main eventing. It should not have been for the Universal Championship at that WrestleMania. It should have been champion versus champion, title for title, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. And if you're going to give Chris Jericho the belt, give him the belt. That's what it should have been. The match itself was okay. It was cool. But when you have all this intrigue and then you tell these people like you going from being for the title, the main title, one of the biggest titles on the company, to literally being the second fucking match on the card. What more could you ask these dudes to do? Like what the fuck? Like come on, man. They had literally the most intriguing story going into that WrestleMania. I would say that one, their story, their story, and Seth and Triple H's story was like the two best WrestleMania stories they told. And even in that Seth and Triple H one was a little bit rocky because they really didn't give Triple H, they didn't really put Triple H on screen with Seth until January, which was like, come on, bro, like you really are killing this dude's momentum. But I'll talk about that later. But Kevin Owens, and then WrestleMania 34, he teamed with Sami Zayn for the first time at WrestleMania to go up against Shane McMahon and the returning Daniel Bryan. For them to trust you with Daniel Bryan coming back to wrestling with his concussions and everything. That was his first match back, and it was with Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Again, Really good match. It gave you what you needed. Daniel Bryan, of course, won. Great. Which goes into WrestleMania 35. And KO wasn't on the card. Wasn't on the card. WrestleMania 35. He came back slimmed down, which was crazy to see. WrestleMania 36. He was on the card. He battled Seth freaking Rollins. This was Seth Rollins when he was the Messiah. He was the Messiah, and he was the guy and one of his best characters, the visionary. And he beat him. He beat him. He also broke his fucking foot in his match, which was kind of, bad. But he beat Seth Rollins in his match, which was very, at that time, nobody beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So for him to beat Seth at that time was kind of weird. Now, WWE has this weird fucking thing that, like, oh, Seth was undefeated at WrestleMania. No, the fuck he wasn't. He lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31. What the fuck are you talking about? The fuck are y'all talking about? That was that Vince math. Vince math was weird. Like nigga, we saw him get RKO'd out the sky. Like, what you talking about? The nigga lost at WrestleMania. We saw it. You want to play like he got RKO'd out the sky, but then you want to sit there and say, well, Seth never lost at WrestleMania. I didn't understand that logic. That was really stupid logic. But anyway, moving on. WrestleMania 37. Moving on. WrestleMania 37. Um, Kevin Owens fought Sami Zayn. You forget this. He actually fought Sammy at WrestleMania. He fought him at WrestleMania 37, which was actually a really good fucking match. A lot of people don't give it his proper credit. That was a really good fucking match by them two. But of course, it's Sammy and Kevin Owens. Them dudes are like wrestling soulmates. Them dudes could fucking go out there and have a fucking 30-minute classic. like, like with nothing on the line. Just go out there and fucking bang, man. Like, yeah, man. WrestleMania 38 was, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. You got Stone Cold out of retirement, bro. You got the dub. Like, you got a dub all fucking ready. You got Stone Cold out of retirement. You got a dub all fucking ready, bro. WrestleMania 39, he of course teamed up with Sami Zayn again. This time, he fought the Usos in another main event at WrestleMania, and he won the Undisputed Tag Team Championships with his best friend Sami Zayn. Classic. Iconic moment. Beautiful feeling. And then last year at WrestleMania, he fought uh, Randy Orton and Logan Paul for the U.S. Championship. He, of course, lost that match. Um, WrestleMania 41, Kevin Owens will be missing this one because of his neck. Speedy recovery to Kevin Owens. I think he had surgery April 7th. I think everybody was saying he was going to have surgery on April 7th. I hate saying speedy recovery to a person with a fucking broken neck. Uh, but we miss you, man. We want to see you at WrestleMania. I think he may even miss next year's WrestleMania. So no telling when he may be getting back in the ring. If he does get back in the ring, the man should get at least a title run. He should get one more title run. The way his Universal title run kind of came to an end because Vince McMahon was just like, okay, let's go to Goldberg and Brock fucking Lesnar, and that just prolonged. Brock Lesnar won the fucking belt and then held the belt for like 500 fucking days. Like, it was just like, why the fuck are you doing this? But yeah, that was a stupid ass decision. I do not like that decision. I still don't like that fucking decision. And anybody that says that tells me, oh, Brandon, you just no, that was a stupid fucking decision. Point blank fucking period. Yeah, I know you had to give Brock his win on Goldberg at WrestleMania and give Brock just a win on Goldberg. It did not have to be for the fucking title. It just didn't. It was so stupid. At that time, I wasn't podcasting on wrestling at the time. I don't even think I was podcasting at all at the time. But that was a very stupid thing to do. I did not like that decision, and I still don't like that fucking decision. Kevin Owens should have had that belt for a little bit of time. I hope he comes back, and I hope they give him another title run. Hopefully with the World Heavyweight Championship. I hope he goes to Raw, gets the World Heavyweight Championship, and we get matches like him and CM Punk. We need that. We need that one time. We need him and Penta. Aleister Black and him will have probably a classic. So yeah. Number 8 on the list. It's no fun when the man comes around. Becky Lynch. Yes, Becky is number 8 on my list. Now, I'm gonna say this right here right now. I do not have Rhea Ripley, and I do not have Bianca Belair. The reason why I do not have them on this list, Bianca is yes 4-0 at WrestleMania, but outside of 2 matches, I can't really sit there and say she had a real game changing longevity WrestleMania run. Now this upcoming Saturday, or Sunday, I should say. I think Rhea and Io gonna have a fucking classic. And next year, maybe when I get to that, maybe we talk about it. But I can't have her on the list right now, even though she's been in 4 WrestleManias. I just feel like there's not enough time. Her and Oscar match was cool. It was good, but it was just I think they had a better match and I had a champions that week, that month, that year. They gave Oscar the belt. But yeah, and last year's WrestleMania was okay. It was alright. But yeah. Um, but Becky is number 8 on this list. Becky's WrestleManias. Her first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 32 against Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, in that triple threat match to crown the first ever women's world champion at that time. She, of course, lost, clearly. WrestleMania 33, she was like a 6-pack fucking challenge at WrestleMania 33, which was very fucking weird. And people don't remember this. Naomi was the champion going into WrestleMania 33, and she walked out fucking champion at WrestleMania 33 because there was so many women on SmackDown, but nobody really gave a fuck. It was like a 6-pack fucking challenge. It was just like, what the fuck are you doing? You think that was kind of weird? You think that was crazy? The I talk about her later what match she was in, but yeah, like it was like they threw this shit together. It was like, what the fuck are we doing? 34, she wasn't on the card. 34, she wasn't on the card. Uh, and of course, 35 is when the man became the man, Becky Lynch. She, of course, walked out of New York City double champion, main eventing the first ever time women have ever main evented at WrestleMania. She was the quintessential game changer who walked out of WrestleMania 35, the double champion, beating the first person to ever pin Ronda Rousey in a match. Now, of course, that pin was a little shaky. The match is actually not bad. I think a lot of people don't give it its proper respect. It's on YouTube as well. It was ranked as one of those matches, but it's on YouTube as well. So go watch it if you haven't watched it in a while. Go watch it. It's actually a really good match. It's not as bad as people say it was. It was just, I think, just as how long the fucking WrestleMania was. By the time we got to that match, I think it was like if it was one in New York, it was midnight here. So and it was a Sunday on top of that. So it was just like a dragging out fucking period. It was like, come on, man. Let's get to the fucking main event. And that was the last time they did a fucking and by the way, that was the last time they did a single WrestleMania because they complained the fuck out there WrestleMania. That WrestleMania was too fucking long. WrestleMania 36, she fought Shayna Baszler. She should have dropped the belt to Shayna Baszler. Especially knowing that she was also uh when WrestleMania happened, April something. So around that, well, it's somewhat around that time. Uh, but she should have dropped the belt to Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler ain't been right since. Shayna Baszler ain't been right since. They have not pushed that woman the way, even with Triple H now in charge, they have still not able to push Shayna Baszler the right way because of that. Vince killed her momentum so fucking fast. The fact that she didn't even win a Royal Rumble that year, and she was the most over fucking woman at the time in the company. The fact she didn't even win a Royal Rumble, you gave it to Charlotte. I fucking don't understand it. I just don't fucking understand it. Um, but she beat Shayna at WrestleMania 36, and of course, a couple months later, she announced that she was pregnant. So she missed 37. She missed WrestleMania 37. And of course, which would lead to her returning at WrestleMania 38 and having an incredible match with Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 38. That match was fucking good. It's funny how her and Set both had bangers right after WrestleMania. They both had fucking bangers, back to back bangers. Um, I think her and Bianca was first, and then Set and Cody was right after them. So that shit was a fucking banger, man. And then WrestleMania 39, she teamed with Trish Stratus and Lita to go up against Damage Control. WrestleMania 40, she fought Rhea Ripley. So yeah, Becky's had some pretty good fucking WrestleManias. I'm not gonna sit up and act like she has not had some really great WrestleManias. She's had some pretty good fucking WrestleManias. Um, number 7, Roman Reigns. Oh yeah. Now, most people would sit there and say, wait a minute, why is Roman at number 7? Why is he not number 1? What a bullet. Why is he not in the top 5? What a bullet. Well, here's the reason why. Because Roman's actually had more fuck ups than he's actually had good matches. WrestleMania 31 with him and Brock would have been WrestleMania 34 with him and Brock. Or even WrestleMania 38 with him and Brock. He fought Brock 3 times at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 38 was kind of better, but it wasn't even. WrestleMania 31, people have this high regard for WrestleMania 31, but then you forget the fact the only reason why you give WrestleMania 31 so much love and credit is because of the ending. If you actually watch the match itself, Brock beat the shit out of Roman. he beat the fuck out of Roman. Holy shit. He beat that nigga from pillar to post. Literally. And it only got good when Brock bust his fucking head open. That was it. Outside of that, you would have just watched, you would have had WrestleMania 34 and 38 all over again. But like I said, Roman's first WrestleMania was not WrestleMania 31. It was WrestleMania 29. He teamed up, of course, with The Shield. And they beat Rowan, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show for some apparent reason. I don't know why. Big Show was so mad because they kept not tagging him in. So he decided to knock one of them out and cost him the fucking match. That's how the Shield won the WrestleMania match. WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 30, they fought Kane and New Age Outlaws. So yeah, WrestleMania 31 was of course his first singles match he ever had at WrestleMania, the main event. And it was, of course, against Brock Lesnar. Like I said, if said Rock, the ending of WrestleMania 31 doesn't happen, do you give it the same regard that you give it now? Probably not. 32, he had a match against Triple H for the WWE Championship. They tried to redo this shit over again, and the crowd just was not buying it. You won the belt, congratulations, whoop de fucking do. See, people pretend. See, this is the problem that I have with people nowadays, because people have this it's the tribal chief, he's the greatest thing on the planet. You niggas did not come up watching this fucking dude like this. You watched this nigga for the last 5 years, and now you think that's been his career. There was a time where this nigga got booed out buildings, nigga. Shut up. Like, what are you talking about? WrestleMania 32 was It was not a great match. It was too fucking long. I tell you that fucking much. To get to the fucking point, we did not have to do all this shit. Just get to the point. WrestleMania 33, he fought Undertaker, which I still to this day will say, if you were going to end the Undertaker streak, it should have been at WrestleMania 33. Now, Undertaker did not get his man any good favors on that shit because Undertaker just did not look good in that match. He didn't. He had a bad hip now. Now that we know he had a bad hip, he shouldn't have been in that ring with that man that night. He shouldn't have. Which made Roman Reigns winning that match even more stupid because it was so fucking bad. Now imagine if the Undertaker actually was undefeated still and he lost that type of match that way. It would have been fucking tremendously bad for that man moving forward. That next night on Raw, they booed that nigga unmercifully. I ain't never seen it. They booed that nigga unmercifully. Oh my god. Oh my god. They booed that nigga unmercifully. I was like, God damn, it wasn't that bad. Like, ah, damn. WrestleMania 34 was stupid how he got there. I mean, Braun Strowman eliminated pretty much everybody in the Elimination Chamber, and he was the only one that left standing, and he beat Braun Strowman. And everybody was just sitting there like, come on, like, really, my nigga? Seriously? Again? We doing this shit again? He went on to WrestleMania 34 and got his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar. got his, took 6 F5s. 6. Why? It just, why? Why? WrestleMania 35, he fought Drew McIntyre. He came back after, of course, fighting leukemia. As a man that's had cancer in his family, my pops had it, passed away from it. My uncle had it. Anybody that's had leukemia, cancer in their family, anytime, I gotta show you love for that. He came back and fought Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 35. A good match, actually. I actually thought if they really actually did put Roman and Drew in a match together at WrestleMania 30, this year's WrestleMania, it would be good. It would be actually fucking good. It would be something that I would actually care about because it would actually have story. Not saying Damian Priest and Drew doesn't have story, but Roman being in that triple threat match, no matter what fuck people say, I do not like it. I don't like it. Even last night, as great as that ending was last night to that match, to that night with everybody, I do not like that fucking stuff. I just think it's stupid to have a fucking triple threat match for fucking no reason. You just nothing on the line. Just three fucking people just fighting for no fucking reason at all. Okay. Oh, it's personal, Brandon. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Personal don't need the main event, the fucking night one main event. That's just fucking stupid. You could take your personal ass to the main card, like midway through the show. You don't need to be main eventing. That's stupid. 36. He he had a break. He took a break because of the pandemic. He was supposed to fight Goldberg, which was fucking weird. He was supposed to fight Goldberg for the Universal Championship, and he didn't. Because of course, like I said, he was dealing with it was COVID, so of course it was different. It was COVID time at the time, so I understood why he decided not to do it. Um, so yeah, but 37 was the beginning of the Tribal Chiefs WrestleManias. And that 37, he of course fought, like I just said, fought Edge and Daniel Bryan. He stacked them. What he smashed them, stacked them, pinned them, sent them packing. Well, that was that moment, and he did exactly that shit. Kachara told both of those fucking dudes, and then Pinball decided to stack them and pin them. Yeah. WrestleMania 38 again, like I said, him and Brock Lesnar, title for title, which created this long ass fucking run with two fucking belts gone. Like it was just, oh my god, that shit was so fucking stupid. I still to this day hate that fucking decision. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That decision was fucking stupid. Anybody that sits there and tries to tell me that wasn't the dumbest fucking decision on planet Earth to give one man a fucking two belts, and you have literally killed your entire company because now you have no belt on one company, and then and sometimes when the nigga do show up, he don't even go to the other company. He doesn't even go to the other brand, bro. He doesn't even go to Raw. What the fuck are you doing? It just was so fucking stupid. Oh my god, I still to this day hate that fucking decision. And the match was okay. It wasn't great. It was 13 fucking minutes. It was okay for WrestleMania. The WrestleMania. When we just had the night before Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you give me a 13-minute fucking match? I guess, nigga. I guess. 39 was a classic. I'm pissed off that WrestleMania 39, the match between him and Cody, is not on the WrestleMania list. Now maybe tomorrow they will put it at number one, but it doesn't make any sense to have it at number fucking one. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker is clearly number one, but the fact that match at 39 isn't considered the greatest, that shit, I think WrestleMania 39 match between Cody and Roman Reigns was actually better than last year's match. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I'm tripping. But I thought WrestleMania 39's match was way better than WrestleMania 40's. The only reason why I think we give WrestleMania 40 so much credit and so much love for it is because of how the ending was. But I thought 39 was way fucking bad. And Cody didn't even win that match. And I thought 39 was just fucking everything you needed it to be. It was perfect. It was fucking perfect, man. WrestleMania 39 was fucking perfect. That match was great. I personally think in modern WrestleMania history, that might be the greatest WrestleMania match I've ever seen. Now, a lot of people, like I say, WrestleMania, everybody would really physically say it's WrestleMania 40 because of how the ending was. But I think 39 was way better. I think 39 was the way it was done, the way it was properly created. It was a storybook kind of feel like it was supposed to end. And the fact that he didn't lose, it just even more so pissed us off. I literally went on a rant that day That night, it was just like, I cannot believe they would do that shit to us. Like, why the fuck would you keep the belt on a dude for no fucking reason? Like, I just, oh my god, I was so pissed off that night. But that is one of the greatest matches I think I've ever seen in my life. I love that match. I think I love that match probably more than any WrestleMania match I've seen in years. That might be my favorite WrestleMania match. Even it's up there. I think I did the top 10 WrestleMania matches, and I think I had that number 2 behind the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That is one of my favorite matches of all time. So WrestleMania 39 was really the apex of when I thought Roman Reigns was just that. I was just like, you gotta just give it to him. WrestleMania 40, of course, he had The Rock and him versus Seth and Cody last year. Bloodline Rules Tag Team match night 1, and then of course night 2. Night 2, of course, was the Bloodlines Rules match between him and Cody Rhodes. And yeah, like I said, a lot of people love that match more. I thought WrestleMania 39 was better though. That's just me. But Roman is 7 on my list. At number 6, it is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Bret the Hitman motherfucking Hart. Are you kidding me? Bret Hart's on his list. You kiss my ass. Bret Hart's on his list. Kiss my ass. Bret Hart's on his list. Bret Hart is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Go ahead and put that shit in a box. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Bret Hart, you can argue, might be Mr. WrestleMania. You can argue it. I cannot tell you what bad WrestleMania match this man has had. Maybe the Yokozuna one, or WrestleMania 9. That might be it. But when you look back at the WrestleManias that this man has had, Roddy Piper, him and Roddy Piper, I think WrestleMania 7, 8, I can't remember. Him and Roddy Piper. Of course, him and Yokozuna at 9. And him and Owen at 10. Oh my God. I just watched that match on YouTube. I still, to this day, Owen's better. I don't give a fuck what you say. Owen Hart is better than Bret Hart. But that match, WrestleMania 10, between them two, the kickoff WrestleMania, is the greatest brother versus brother match of all time. Better than Jeff and Matt, way better than the Usos last year. And yes, even the fictional brothers, Kane and Undertaker. That was the best fucking match between brother and brother. Nobody will ever tell me that it wasn't. And then of course he came out and still won and beat Yokozuna at WrestleMania 10. Took the belt. WrestleMania 11, of course, we all know was the last man standing, not last man standing, Iron Man match between him and Shawn Michaels. The first ever Iron Man match between him and Shawn fucking, the first ever Iron Man match of all time, actually, which is crazy. Yeah, when you think about it. WrestleMania 12. Who the hell did he fight at WrestleMania 12? I can't even remember who he fought at WrestleMania 12. WrestleMania 13, he fought Austin. That's why I know that. I can't remember who he fought at WrestleMania 12. Maybe y'all can tell me. I forgot who he fought at WrestleMania 12. But I know at WrestleMania 13, he fought Austin. And that match is still one of the greatest matches of all time. They just ranked it at number 2, which I am not mad at. Like I said, bro, go and watch that match a couple years when I did the list the first time. Watching that match, bro, I'm like, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's one of, if you've never watched a wrestling match at that time period in WWE, that might be the match to watch. That might be the match to watch. That's the match to watch. Yeah, WrestleMania 12. I don't know who Bret fought at WrestleMania 12. Was it Bob Backlund? It might have been Bob Backlund. Because I know him and Shawn fought at WrestleMania 11. Yeah, him and Shawn fought at 11. I'm mad this shit mixed up. Hold on. But then he fight Bob Backlund at 11 and fight Shawn at 12. I'm so confused right now. I confuse my goddamn self. You see how this shit goes? I confuse my fucking self. Maybe you will figure it out if I can't. But yeah, yeah, man. And of course, at WrestleMania 30, and then he returned at WrestleMania 26 and fought Vince, but nobody remembers that because nobody cares. Bret Hart is one of the greatest to ever do it. he's had way more classics at WrestleMania than people would ever give him credit for. He is one of the greatest fucking wrestlers of all time. There's people that got into the business because of Bret Hart. Still to this day, still love Bret Hart. Because he's the fucking best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be. Because that's a fucking reason. And he is a 3-time fucking Hall of Famer for a fucking reason. Bret Hart's one of the greatest to ever do it. Now, I think Owen's better, but I'm a little brother. Who wouldn't think that little brothers are better? Come on. For recap, if I go into the top five, let me recap it. At number 10 was the Rated R Superstar Edge. At number 9 was KO himself, Mr. Fight On's fight, Kevin Owens. Number 8 is the man herself, Becky Lynch. At number 7, it is the OTC, Roman Reigns. At number 6, it is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The excellence of execution, Bret goddamn Hart. You goddamn right he is. And at number 5, well, you know, he's just a visionary. He's a revolutionary. You know he is, Mr. Seth freaking Rollins. Now I know a lot of people are gonna say, you got Seth Rollins over Bret Hart. Yes. Tell you why. Longevity. That's it. I think Bret started WrestleMania about like WrestleMania 6, 7. And he ended his WrestleMania run at WrestleMania 13. So, what, that's 6 years? 6, 7 years? Seth's first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 29 with Roman Reigns. Like I said, Roman and him were in a Shield. So Roman got the first win at WrestleMania 29. So did Seth, beating Sheamus, Randy Orton, Big Show. Then you go into WrestleMania 30. Who did he beat? Who did they beat? Like I said, the New Age Outlaws and Kane. And then you go into WrestleMania 31. He actually had a singles match earlier in the day with Randy Orton, which everybody remembers that fucking crazy ass RKO that he took out the sky. He lost that match, but then he redeemed himself when he came back out and he fucked over Roman Reigns to the highest of fucked over, beating Roman Reigns, leaving WrestleMania 31 as the WWE champion at the time, WWE World Heavyweight Champion at the time. WrestleMania 32, he missed it because of course, he tore his ACL, MCL, a lot of shit. He fucked himself up. WrestleMania 33, he was back on the card. And he almost missed WrestleMania 33, which is the craziest shit, because of the same goddamn injury. They said, and this is where I became a super fan of Seth Rollins. Watching his documentary when he was coming back to see him say, man, I missed WrestleMania 32, how much I wanted to be on that card, how much I wanted to be defending that belt that night. He came back at WrestleMania 33, had a classic with Triple H. A lot of people, again, like I said, was way better than his Roman Reigns and Triple H matches at WrestleMania 32. That match was way fucking better. Because that's a better wrestler. WrestleMania 34, boy, did they have a fucking banger. That opening of WrestleMania 34 is still, to me, one of the best openings of a WrestleMania I've ever seen. The Miz, Finn Balor, and him for the Intercontinental Championship, man, that shit was a classic. One of the best Intercontinental Championship matches at WrestleMania I've ever seen. Only up there with probably, I would say, is up there with a lot of matches. Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. You had you got some classic Intercontinental Championship matches. Of course, Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10. Come on now, like that's obvious. Shit, Bret and Roddy Piper. People forget that was for the Intercontinental Championship. People forget that was actually for the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, yeah. So WrestleMania 34, WrestleMania 35. He of course beat Brock Lesnar at the time, which was at that time was just unthinkable. Took the Universal Championship. WrestleMania 36, and like I said, he fought Kevin Owens. Gave Kevin Owens really a real big win at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 37. WrestleMania 37. Who he fought at WrestleMania 37? Cesaro. He lost to Cesaro. That was a good fucking match. Like, people don't remember that was a good fucking match between him and Cesaro. Actually gave Cesaro one of his only chances at a fucking singles one-on-one title match. He set it back at WrestleMania and went on to fight Roman at Backlash. He of course lost to Roman at Backlash, but it is what it is. WrestleMania 39, of course, you already know he fought Cody Rhodes, which was incredibly built the way it was built. for him and Cody. Yeah, 30, and of course what he did for Cody, he gave literally 3 straight matches to Cody. For a wrestler set at that time in his career, shouldn't have probably happened that way, but it happened that way. WrestleMania 39, he of course fought Logan Paul, which sounds crazy now to think about it, but that was actually a really good match and it was a really good build. And then WrestleMania 40, he of course fought with Cody to go against the Bloodline, The Rock and Roman. Great tag team match, incredible tag team match. And of course, night 2, he opened it up against Drew McIntyre and dropped his belt for at WrestleMania 40, night 2. This year's WrestleMania, he will be going one more time against Roman Reigns, but this time with CM Punk. So I can't wait for that fucking match. That shit gonna be good. Like I said last night, if that was the selling point, that was a good selling point. Cause good almighty. But again, like I said, Punk and Set should be the match. That's not the problem. Punk and Set should be the match. That's not the fucking problem. Roman being in it doesn't make sense. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Roman should not be in that fucking match. He shouldn't. So yeah. To me, and nobody gives him the credit, but now people are now like, man, Seth is like the MVP of WWE. Bitch, I've been saying that for years. Like Seth has always been the better wrestler. Seth's always been the more impactful fucking wrestler to me. Why the fuck do? And again, Roman's more of a character, and he can make sense of it. But when Seth does become serious, you can see there is a level of greatness that Roman can't touch. The man can always talk on a microphone. That was never the problem. He can go in the ring. That was never the problem. He chose to be this goofy character, but I like the fact that they have peeled back the layers and not let him be that doing this. He stopped being that and became very fucking serious. There it is. There's the best wrestler in the fucking world. One of the best wrestlers in the fucking world. Like you've been asking for it. There it is. And that's why he's number 5 on my list. Number 4. It's only right that I put her on this list. Now, personally, personally, this build has sucked between her and Tiffany Stratton, but I got to give the queen her just due. Because at WrestleMania, she does perform, and that is Charlotte Goddamn Flair. Her first WrestleMania was, of course, also WrestleMania 32 with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. She, of course, won that night. She beat Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks became the first WWE Women's Champion at the time. And of course, she would go on to lose that belt to Bayley. She lost that belt to Bayley on some weird shit. She lost that belt to Bayley like on some like at like one pay per view. It was like a weird ass pay per view. She lost the belt to like Bayley. Was it the Royal Rumble? I think Bayley already had the belt at the Royal Rumble. I don't think she lost it at Royal Rumble. But yeah, that was a weird ass time. That was so stupid. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Um, but WrestleMania 33, which is what I said earlier, WrestleMania 33 was very fucking weird because WrestleMania 33, it was Charlotte, Bayley, Nia Jax, and I think Sasha. That was a WrestleMania 33. It was like a fatal 4-way elimination match. And you were just like sitting there like, okay, this don't make no fucking sense. And Bayley won that match. It was just like so fucking weird. Like it was weird. That was a weird fucking WrestleMania. Um WrestleMania 34 was a classic. She had a fucking banger with Asuka. That motherfucking match. Now again, like I've always said, wrong fucking winner. I do not think Charlotte should have won that match. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Charlotte should not have won that match against Asuka that night. Fuck out of here. You ended Asuka's undefeated streak for what? So Charlotte can keep the belt for what? You know what's the greatest fucking point? She only kept the belt till that next fucking Thursday, that next Tuesday, and she dropped the belt to Carmella. She dropped the belt to Carmella like the next fucking day. Like it was so fucking like what the fuck are you doing? It just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any goddamn sense. You could have just gave the belt to Oscar, bro. It didn't make any sense. WrestleMania 35, WrestleMania 35. She wasn't on the card. She wasn't even at WrestleMania 35. Now that I think about it, she wasn't at WrestleMania. Oh no, she was at WrestleMania 35. I'm tripping. Holy shit. She was at WrestleMania 35. She fought, of course, Becky and Ronda. Double championship, triple threat match. So yeah. And like I said, it was a better match than people really actually give it the credit and the proper respect for it. It's actually a way better match than people want to give, maybe her the credit for, them the credit for. But yeah, it was actually a better match. It was just at that time, it was just too fucking long in the two. It was like this WrestleMania is too fucking long. Lord Jesus. WrestleMania 36. Um, she fought Rhea for the first time. She fought Rhea Ripley. Again, this is the problem that I had with the fucking Royal Rumble. She won the Royal Rumble and chose Rhea Ripley, who was the NXT champion at the time. Why? Now I get it. Rhea at the time was like 24, and she was being held as the next Charlotte. But that didn't make any sense to have a fucking match with her. And then the next pay per view that Charlotte had, she dropped the belt to Io Sky in a triple threat match against Rhea and her in your house. She dropped the belt to Io Sky, which is now why Rhea is the way she is because she's never beat Io Sky. WrestleMania 37. WrestleMania 37, she wasn't on the card. That's the one I forgot. She's now on the WrestleMania 37 card. She wasn't on the WrestleMania 37 card. WrestleMania 38, she fought Ronda Rousey, which I guess. WrestleMania 39, she fought Rhea Ripley, which was one of, if not the greatest women's matches I think they've ever put together. So in two back-to-back Raw WrestleManias, you had Becky and Bianca just tear down the house at WrestleMania 38, and then at WrestleMania 39, you had Rhea and Charlotte tear down the fucking house. Yeah, that makes sense. So in WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 40, she wasn't on the card. Charlotte always performs in big moments. That's not the problem. I think a lot of people, again, we give her love. We show Charlotte love. We are 100% with everybody when we say Charlotte is one of the greatest women's wrestlers to ever do it. It does not change the facts that she's also a fucking manipulator behind the scenes. She's clearly narcissistic. She clearly only wants to be the one with the spotlight. She clearly wants to be the only one with the top billing of the fucking card. And if she doesn't have it, then something's wrong. I remember a SummerSlam when she didn't have a title match, so they had to bring back Trish Stratus to fight her at fucking Toronto because she didn't have a fucking title match. We've seen this enough from Charlotte to know how this shit moves and how this goes. Like, there's a point in time where, as great as Charlotte is in the ring, and like I said, she had more bangers at WrestleMania than I think people will give her credit for. WrestleMania 32 was actually a really good match between her, Becky, and Charlotte. It's probably and Sasha. That's probably one of the best matches on the fucking card the whole fucking night, to be honest with you. WrestleMania 34 was a great fucking match between her and Asuka. Her and Rhea, the first time they ever fought, was really actually good. Now it didn't live up. Now it wasn't like WrestleMania 39 good, but it was good. WrestleMania 38, when her and Ronda, I blame more so on Ronda than her. Ronda just was not a wrestler, and she wasn't. And people have said this now numerous times. She wasn't a fucking wrestler. Um, yeah, so she's had more hits than misses at WrestleMania. That's not the problem. We've always said Charlotte's a great wrestler. It's the everything else part that comes with that. the You gotta be at the top. When I said all this shit, when I just put down all of our matches at WrestleMania, all of her matches are for fucking titles. All of them. Every single one of them is for a title, a major title, except the one when she fought Rhea for the NXT Championship. That was the only one. But even that is for the NXT Women's Championship. So it's just like, yeah. Number three. Number three. Well, he's going into the Hall of Fame for a fucking reason. That is the game. Triple H. Listen, man. Now, Triple H has had a long, extensive WrestleMania. I mean, this man has been doing WrestleManias for a long fucking time. Excuse me. I mean, he fought what the Ultimate Warrior at one. Um, I think that might have been his first WrestleMania. He fought the Ultimate Warrior. He's fought Kane at one WrestleMania before. He's fought numerous people at WrestleManias, but I would sit there and say WrestleMania 16 when he fought The Rock and Mick Foley and Big Show with every McMahon in the corner. Yeah. You had WrestleMania 17 with him and Taker, the first time they ever fought at WrestleMania. That match was fucking good. People don't remember how good that fucking match was. That match was fucking good. WrestleMania 18, him and Chris Jericho, it should have never closed. That's it. Nothing was wrong with the match. It just should never closed. That was it. Um, WrestleMania 19, him and Booker wasn't a bad match. It wasn't at all. Just how they got the story was very fucking racist. That shit was very racist. And it just wasn't told at all like a good fucking story. It just sucked. And on top of that, at that time we were just really tired of Triple H with the fucking belt as wrestling fans. We are just like, come on, man, somebody beat him. WrestleMania 20, Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, shit was incredible. That triple threat match was fucking amazing. 21 with him and Batista. They say the crowning achievement of the ruthless aggression time period. That was the two new crowning of the ruthless aggression, the new faces of WWE, Batista and John Cena. They both had very lackluster fucking matches, and that wasn't because of them. They just had really lackluster matches. Triple H, that match just wasn't good. It was okay to a lot of people. It's probably one of their best matches because they probably love Batista a lot, but it was okay. WrestleMania 22, him and John Cena for the WWE Championship was a good match. It wasn't crazy. It was okay. It did its job. WrestleMania 23, he wasn't on the card. Blew out his quad. 24, he fought John Cena and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. 25, I don't know why the fuck they thought, let's run that back. Randy Orton without John Cena. Let's run that back with just Randy Orton and Triple H. Again, not a bad match. The story was great, but you get into a fucking WrestleMania. By the time you get to WrestleMania, by the main event, you just saw Undertaker and Shawn Michaels go out there and put on a fucking banger, bro. You just saw a Money in the Bank ladder match that was incredible. You just literally just saw John Cena, Edge, and Big Show. Like, you saw these fucking matches, and just like by the time you got to the main event, it was just like, bro, I don't care anymore. The story was great. It just the match suffered from what a lot of these other matches suffer from nowadays, especially in the other company. Too fucking long. Like, the pay-per-views are too fucking long. Like, we don't have that much time. Like, we just sitting there. It should not take you fucking 4.5 hours to get to a fucking main event. Like, just get to it. I get it. It's WrestleMania. But not everybody belongs on the fucking card. Something that Triple H should have learned for this WrestleMania. Not everybody belongs on the motherfucking card. WrestleMania 26, he fought Sheamus, which people forget. He fought Sheamus. He beat Sheamus, actually, which was kind of weird. WrestleMania 27, he fought Taker. Oh, that's one of my favorite matches of all time. I think this is me. WrestleMania 27, him and Taker match was way better than him in WrestleMania 28. Because of the fact that Shawn was there, it was having a Cell match. I think it intensified the moment. It was the end of the era match. I wish they would have kept it that way and not had another fucking match in Australia. But beggars can't fucking be choosers. Like I said, but that was a great fucking match. Like, it was a great fucking match. Of course, like I said, WrestleMania 28 was the end of the era match. WrestleMania 29, he fought Brock Lesnar, which was actually a really good fucking match. A lot of people forget that was actually a really good match. WrestleMania 30, he fought Daniel Bryan, which was a really good fucking match. WrestleMania 31, he fought Sting. Could have been better. It could have been better. Sting could have won that fucking match. I know that fucking much. Um, WrestleMania 32. He fought Roman, which again, too fucking long, and it just wasn't a good match. WrestleMania 33 he fought Set, and that was a good fucking match. WrestleMania 34, he teamed with Stephanie to fight Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, which was fucking a classic. That shit was good. WrestleMania 35, he fought Batista, which was a really good fucking match. Um, WrestleMania 36. I don't think he had a match at WrestleMania 36. I think he was dealing with his heart at the time. He might have been dealing with his heart. Yeah, because I can't remember if he had a match at WrestleMania 36. I don't think he had a WrestleMania 36. 37. 37. Did he have a match at WrestleMania 37? No, I don't think he had a match at WrestleMania 37 either. 38 was, and he laid his boots down at 38. So, yeah, 30. So yeah. But for the most part, Triple H had some fucking bangers, man. I know people sit there and try to clown him and say, "Oh man, he only gives himself long matches and all this other shit." Triple H actually has had some great fucking matches at WrestleMania, man. And that is why he's number 3 on my list. Number 2 on my list is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. They don't call him Mr. WrestleMania for nothing. Shawn Michaels is the greatest WrestleMania performer of all time. The greatest. He's so great that you don't even look at his win loss record. he, he's so great you don't even look at his win loss record. He has way more losses than wins at WrestleMania, but you don't give a fuck. The man puts on classics. Now he's had so many, I can't remember all of them. Please bear with me if I can. He's fought Rick Martel. I remember that one. He had that match at like WrestleMania 9, I think. Of course, him and Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10, which is iconic. Him and Bret Hart, of course, with the Iron Man match. He had him and Diesel at one WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania 11, WrestleMania 12. I think might have been WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania 12. I think him and Diesel at WrestleMania 12. He had uh he fought he didn't have a match at WrestleMania 13 because he lost his smile. He lost his smile. Yeah, he lost his smile at that time. And he had to go find it. WrestleMania 14 though, he found that bitch again because he fought with Stone Cold. He lost that WrestleMania 14. WrestleMania 19, he fought Chris Jericho because he had took a 5-year absence from his back for his back injury. But he was back at WrestleMania 19 and he fought Chris Jericho, which is still one of my favorite matches of all time. It's so underrated. It's still one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. Yeah. WrestleMania 20, like I said, he fought Triple H and Chris Benoit. Uh, Incredible triple threat match. WrestleMania 21. Listen, man. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle. He's not on this list. He's not. Clearly, he's not on this list because I only got one more person to go. But Kurt Angle is one of the greatest performers of all time. The man is probably there's a reason for why so many people hold Chad Gable as such a high regard because he kind of feels like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is one of the greatest performers of all time. And with those two men dead at WrestleMania 21, I got upset. I got physically upset. I'm not gonna lie, I got upset when WWE put their rankings for WrestleMania matches, and I think they had this match at like 12. And I was like, bitch, how the fuck is this 12? I said, bitch, how the fuck is this 12? This is 12? Are you kidding me? I got so upset. I had to calm myself down. I was like, how the fuck is this 12? Like, what the fuck do you think is better than this? That match was so great. That match was fucking great. Classic fucking match. WrestleMania 22, he fought Vince. Okay match. It was a really good match, actually. Funny as it sounds. WrestleMania 23, he fought John Cena. He beat the shit out of John Cena. Gave that boy a full-fledged wrestling lesson. WrestleMania 24, he retired Ric Flair. Yeah. WrestleMania 25 is one of the greatest fucking matches. I don't give a shit if it's at WrestleMania or not. That is one of the greatest fucking matches I've ever seen in my life. And that probably will be number one tomorrow. And I'm gonna watch that shit tomorrow. Like I'm gonna watch that shit like I've never seen that shit. That is one of the greatest fucking matches of all time. Him and Undertaker at WrestleMania 25, and of course at WrestleMania 26, he was retired by the Undertaker. Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest performers of all time, but more importantly, he's one of the greatest fucking wrestlers of all time. And that is why he's at number 2. But he's not at number 1, because number 1 goes to the Undertaker. Yeah, I know I should have landed up. Nope, number 1's the Undertaker. Point blank fucking period. There is no better performer at WrestleMania than the fucking Undertaker. I can't tell you all of his WrestleManias. I think his first WrestleMania was Jake the Snake. Yeah, which is fucking crazy. His first WrestleMania, I think, was Jake the Snake. He had so many other opponents. He had Psycho Sid Vicious. He had Kevin Nash, Diesel. He had so many fucking opponents. It's so weird how that shit kind of went. Um, he fought Kane at WrestleMania 14. 15, I want to say he fought. 13, he fought Sid. 14, he fought Kane. 15, he fought. 15, he fought Big Boss Man, which everybody remembers. Fucking Big Boss Man, fucking damn near suffocating, killing, almost killing this fucking man because the fucking sail got raised up and this motherfucking fucking yeah, that was wow. 16, I think he might have been hurt. I think he was out for 16. Yeah, he was out for 16 because he came back at Judgment Day. So 16 he didn't wrestle. 17 he fought Triple H. Like I said, was actually was a fucking classic. 18 he fought Ric Flair, which is another fucking classic. People do not give him the proper respect for that match. Um, um, 19 he fought Big Show and A Train, which still to this day is the funniest fucking. That shit's so funny. I don't. That shit was so fucking funny. Um, 20 he came back as the Dead Man and fought Kane. 21 he fought Randy Orton. 22 he fought Mark Henry in a casket match, which I guess. 20, 23, 23 he fought 23 he fought Batista. Yeah. 24 he fought Edge. 25 he fought Shawn Michaels. 26 he fought Shawn Michaels. 27 he fought Triple H. 28 he fought Triple H. 29 he fought CM Punk, which was fucking classic. 30 is when the streak ended, which I still am pissed off about that. I don't give a fuck. 31 he fought Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace to Bray. I used to work at the airport, and they used to be like, man, Bray should have been the one that's in the streak, and I totally agree. Bray should have been the one that ended the streak. Bray Wyatt or Roman Reigns should have been the one that ended the streak. That's just facts. You might not like it because you might be a Brock guy, whatever the fuck case may be. But the truth is, Bray Wyatt or Roman Reigns should have ended the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, not fucking Brock Lesnar. What the fuck were you doing? And I get it. You want to give Brock something, but that was stupid. That was very stupid. Yeah, and I'm thinking, and before he got even concussed, Vince already had told him that he had already changed his mind and put Brock as the winner. So yeah, 32 he fought Shane, which actually really which was actually a really good fucking match at WrestleMania 32. People pretend like it wasn't, but it was a really good fucking match at WrestleMania 32. 33 he fought Roman, which wasn't a good fucking match. That shit was just ridiculous. 34 he fought John Cena finally, but that was such a fucking squash of a match. It just didn't even make any fucking sense to have it. 35 he fought AJ Styles, and of course that was his last one. And 35 was actually good. The Boneyard match, a lot of people don't give it its proper credit, but that was a great fucking match, man. So yeah. But that is it, man. Undertaker's won on this list, man. Nobody's ever gonna top Undertaker's WrestleMania performances, how great he was in the ring, how great he just truly was, man. Undertaker was different. He was different. And anybody that sit there and tell you that he wasn't, you're lying to yourself. So let me tell you. So fighting this. Let me tell you the list again. Number 1 is The Undertaker. Number 2, Shawn Michaels. Number 3, Triple H. Number 4, Charlotte Flair. Number 5, Seth Rollins. Number 6, Bret Hart. Number 7, Roman Reigns. Number 8, Becky Lynch. Number 9, Kevin Owens. And number 10, it is Edge. That is the list. Like I said all the time. You don't like this list? It's very simple. Go make your own. This is very fucking simple for me personally. Go make your own fucking list. It's not that hard. Get a paper, get a piece of paper and a pen, like I got right here, and make your own goddamn list. WrestleMania 41 is this weekend. Like I said, I will be doing Stand and Deliver, night 1 and 2. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Raw after WrestleMania. I'm still trying to debate that. I probably won't because at that time I'd just be fucking exhausted. But yeah, this is the busiest week for wrestling fans, and there's a reason for that. So until then, I am Brandon Janeau. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.